Hi everyone, it's Christine, and in this video I'm going to show you how to factor polynomials using the box method. So we're going to first start with a polynomial that has 4 terms, and then we're going to move to a polynomial that has 3 terms so that you can see how we could use the box method to factor either of these. Alright, so starting with the polynomial that has 4 terms, the thing that you'd want to do is you'd first want to set up your 2 by 2 box. And then if we have 4 terms, it's perfect because then we have 4 regions right here, and you're going to replace these 4 terms in each of these regions. So I would have 3x cubed here, 4x squared here, negative 15x here, and a negative 20 here. Now what I want to do is I want to think about area. So this term times this term needs to equal 3x cubed. And to help you get the term to start over here, you have to look at the terms in this row and write out the greatest common factor. So as I look at 3x cubed and 4x squared, I can see the greatest common factor is going to be x squared. So now thinking about area, x squared times 3x would give you 3x cubed. X squared times what gives you 4x squared? X squared times 4 gives you 4x squared. Doing the same thing down here. You can think of area and thinking of 3x times what gives you negative 15x, or you can look at this row and think what is the greatest common factor between negative 15x and negative 20. Some of you may do that and say, okay, the greatest common factor is negative 5, or like I said, if you use the area idea, 3x times what is negative 15x, 3x times negative 5 is negative 15x, and then make sure to check it here. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. And now we actually have our answer. It's just right on the outsides of this box. So the correct factors of 3x cubed plus 4x squared minus 15x minus 20 is 3x plus 4 times x squared minus 5. And we have now factored this 4-termed polynomial. Let's go over here and see what we do if our polynomial only has 3 terms and we'd like to use the box method. The challenge here is that I don't have 4 terms to place in my box. So what I need to do is I need to turn this trinomial into a polynomial that has 4 terms. The way that you do this is you want to take the first term and multiply it times the last term. In this case, I get the number negative 42. I would like to find 2 numbers that multiply to negative 42, and those same 2 numbers add to the coefficient of x, in this case 11. So then you take some time to figure out what 2 numbers that would work here, and the 2 numbers that would work are 14 times negative 3 gives you negative 42, and 14 plus negative 3 gives you 11. Now what I want to do is I want to rewrite this trinomial again as 4 terms using these 2 numbers I found right here. I keep the 2x squared as my first term, but now I write 11x as 14x minus 3x. Basically what I'm doing is I'm rewriting the middle term as the sum or difference of 2 terms. Minus 21. And now I have turned it into a polynomial that has 4 terms. And notice I haven't changed the problem at all, because if I combine these 2 like terms, I do get back to 11x. But now because I have the 4 terms, I can now draw my box and put those 4 terms into this 2 by 2 box. 2x squared, 14x, negative 3x, and negative 21. So let's do the same process I did on the previous problem. I'm going to look at this first row and ask myself, what is the greatest common factor between 2x squared and 14x? And the greatest common factor is 2x. Now think about area. 2x times what is 2x squared? 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times what is 14x? 2x times 7 is 14x. Now moving on here. Again, you can still think about area. X times what is negative 3x? That would be negative 3. And then make sure to check it. Negative 3 times 7 does get us to negative 21. Or you can look at this row and ask yourself, what's the greatest common factor between negative 3x and negative 21? And it would be negative 3. And we can find our answer on the outsides of this box. So one of my factors of this trinomial is going to be x plus 7. And my other factor is going to be 2x minus 3. And that is how you use the box method to factor these two polynomials. I hope you found this helpful, and if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe, and thanks so much for watching. Bye, everybody.